Happy Friday, it's mystery author Ellie Alexander, and I have such a special episode of 5 Things Friday for you. Today, I am on location at Mrs. Card's Cakes in Jacksonville, Oregon with Pam, who is a real professional pastry chef. I talk so much about the fact that I am not a professional pastry chef, but I play one in the pages of my Bakeshop Mysteries, and this week I am going to learn 5 things about what it's like to be a real Torte-like pastry chef. So stay tuned and we'll get to it. Thanks so much for having me to your gorgeous cake studio.
I'm so glad you're here.
It's amazing. We were talking about the fact that I feel like I'm in Torte right now.
I feel like I'm in Torte too.
You're in Torte every day.
I'm a Torte fan, yes.
So tell me a little bit about how you got started baking these amazing, beautiful cakes, pastries, cookies.
About 25 years ago, I took a class, my Parks and Rec class, and learned how to bake a cake, and became very good friends with the lady that was the teacher. And we had stayed in touch, and she taught me how to bake out of my home, and then I got to build this beautiful professional bakery about 5 years ago. So I've been doing this a long time, and able to travel and learn new skills, and just hire people that have a lot of skills, and just have a great time down here. So.
It's amazing. And the smell, I should say, is also
it's
really
upstairs
tempting.
Too.
Yeah, is it? That's dangerous.
It is.
So I want to get right into 5 things about what it's like to be a real professional pastry chef, unlike my fake pastry chef. Although Juliet and Helen are both self-taught like you are.
Right.
So I think there's a lot of similarities there. But my first question for number 1 is, do you ever get sick of the product?
Absolutely not.
No,
I really like the product. I have to really restrain myself from eating the product. I know that most bakers like to try their product, but sometimes I go a little bit farther than that. And I like my product. I like to have it at events. I'm very proud of my product. I think it tastes very good, and it's presented beautifully, and I never ever get tired of it.
That's okay. And number 2, we are getting into the holidays. Do you shake things up in the bakery, or is it same flavors all year long?
We really try to shake things up. Liz and I were just talking this morning about putting peppermint emulsion and crunched up candy canes in our cookies.
Yum.
And so do a little peppermint. I just made some that were pumpkin spice, and we do a lovely pumpkin spice cake at this time of year. So we do try to shake things up a bit, just for the holidays, little chocolate, little red velvet, little things that are just holiday-ish.
A little touch of something decadent.
Little touches, yeah.
Number 3, do you enjoy it when somebody comes in with a vision, or are you okay if somebody just gives you free rein?
I like a little bit of a vision. I like someone to give me some ideas, just so that I can be on the same page as them, but I do like really much ultimate free rein. When I get into decorating a cake, sometimes we get to the point where we've stacked it and we're trying to put things on it, paint it, put flowers on it, and it just doesn't look right. And after so many years of doing this, that I love it when someone doesn't put me in a corner and say I have to have this certain swirl on a cake, or something that's perfect. So I like to be able to have free rein
and create an artistic vision.
Creative. This is so fun. It's like craft class here for me all the time, and it is very enjoyable for me to if somebody says I want Christmas cookies, which we do have an order coming up, we can pick those, or 3,000 other ones that we can decide on a set that we like. So
yeah, the sky is literally the limit.
It is absolutely the limit.
Endless potential. Okay, so number 4 on our questions this week is, what about baking trends? Do you follow baking trends? Do you try to avoid them like the plague?
I do follow baking trends. Not terribly, but we kind of watch from online, social media and Pinterest and different things like that. Different colors that are coming up. And when I travel and go, to different events, I can also see new products, new things that are coming out.
Number 5, which is, as a baker, you teach classes and workshops here that are open to the public. Not only do you teach classes, you're constantly learning too.
I am traveling actually all over the world to
And
take
why
classes.
is that important?
It's really, I really think it's the most important thing. For me, sitting in a room full of 5, 10 other cake decorators and getting the feedback from each other and becoming friends, and we're all spread across the world. And the learning that you do in a room and physically actually do touch the product and do things, it's magical. It's a way to make my bakery a step above.
Absolutely. And what I'm hearing from a writing perspective is Jules and Helen need to go to like Italy for a class,
Yes, they
right?
absolutely do. I do. I went to
Okay.
Australia for a class, and it was really a fun class. We're actually going to Thailand in January, and I've been researching, trying to find a day or two class that I can do while we're there.
Amazing.
Yeah, so it's kind of fun for me to go travel and bring back the knowledge here and share it with everybody.
I love that. I am so excited to have Pam, who is not only an incredible artist, but an amazing baker, try to teach me how to make one of these cookies in real life. As I say all the time, I create fictional baked goods, but my skills are not up to Pam's level, so this should be interesting.
So this is royal icing.
Okay.
And this is what it sets up kind of hard.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So I'm going to squirt that on there. And then I'll do one beside you, okay? So basically we're just swiping it on, back and forth.
Back and forth.
And then we're gonna try to make it a little bit smooth. Never touch the tip to the cookie because you just squeeze and drag. So if you're gonna make the skull round face, you just drop the string, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze until you're ready to, and then you let off.
Okay.
So I'm going to do one bone, and then you're going to do the rest.
Okay.
So on this, and the image is projected down here, so your hands will be in the way. If you kind of have to be off to the side.
Okay.
If it's not exact, that's okay. We're going to get the image pretty close to what we want.
Oh. I'm so nervous. I got a little
okay.
flub. Okay.
That's
Okay.
all right. This is why these cookies aren't in a case to be sold, because they take a long time to make.
Let's compare.
Yes, let's compare.
Can we tell who did what? I told you.
We're going to draw on here where we're going to put the handle and where we're going to put the whipped cream. I'm going to draw a little line down so that I know. And like I said, these are edible markers. And then I'm going to draw a straight line here so that I know this is the handle.
It's a handle. So we're just kind of making a guide almost.
We're just making a guide.
Okay.
Exactly.
And this is more royal icing?
This is more royal. It's all royal in there. We can flavor it. We do flavor this with different.
I was just going to ask.
This one is almond, I think. I just put almond in there. So basically when I fill in a spot, I will go back and forth like this, or I'll go in the circle and fill it in.
Okay.
And I want you to do that here.
Okay.
And just follow along the lines, and then we'll move on to the next thing.
Okay.
Sometimes when I do this, I kind of shake it to kind of flatten it out. See how smooth it is? And then there's spots here, so I will pull this over here off to the side.
Wow. How many tools in your kitchen could be murder weapons?
Oh, I could have a good murder mystery here.
Okay.
So we do an outline. I still use my kickstand. So we outline where we marked. And we don't want to squeeze too much. And we don't want to go too close to the edge because we're going to be filling this in. So we don't want it to run over the side.
Okay.
And I squeeze a lot and heavily because I'm going to fill in this whole thing here. And I'm going to let you fill in first.
Okay. Okay, I got it. I got to
right.
use all the techniques
Yes,
I've learned.
you do.
And this is my kickstand. I'm not as steady as I would like to be. looks like the skeleton has been murdered, so it's kind of fitting.
So now we're going to do the whipped cream on
Okay.
this one. We have a little bit thicker icing with a different shape of a tip.
Okay.
Now this icing is thicker so it'll keep its shape. It
Okay.
doesn't smooth out. We want it to be whipped cream.
Got it.
You can just start right here and go back and forth with this.
Okay.
So see, that's thicker.
Yeah.
And you can squeeze as hard as you want. You can make a big pile of ice or of whipped cream.
The more whipped cream, the better.
Sprinkle away. This is a little damp, so try to keep them off of there because we're just trying to get the whipped cream.
Okay. Now, if you had your way, would you prefer cookies over cakes?
Some days.
Some days.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
But I kind of started with cakes. There's some cakes I really enjoy. They're very big. We just did a huge cake for the Chamber's 100-year celebration.
Which one is mine? Let's guess. Thank you so much. This was a blast. I
Good.
learned so much. You are an amazing teacher.
Thank you.
I definitely have some room for improvement.
That's all right.
Jules and Helen would be very impressed with yours.
would be.
I'd be like maybe the newest member of Torte's Bakery who's gonna keep improving as we go. So we are getting close to holiday season, and I know you have some upcoming events.
We do. We're going to offer some cookie decorating classes. I think we're going to do the second week of December, but the dates will be for sure. You can put it on your site.
Yeah,
later.
and people can check your website as well.
Yes, they can check my website,
is?
mrscardscakes.com.
Perfect.
I also post more on Instagram and Facebook.
Absolutely,
So that
we
would
love
be
that.
that's actually the first place that I would
check.
have people check.
Great.
It's a fun evening of cookie decorating and snacks and just a camaraderie of people and getting to see the bakery and coming and learning a new skill. And I invite people of all skill levels to enjoy this.
Obviously.
All skill levels. It's a lot of fun.
If you want to learn how to make cookies like this, come to Pam's studio in December and you will walk away. I mean, even my non-perfect cup, I feel like I
It's so
recognize what it
cute.
is. It's
It
cute.
is. It is.
It's a little gnarly, just like, a real murder victim
Yes,
maybe.
that's right.
And you might have some specials for holiday cookie decorating boxes
We do.
too?
We actually do. We did it last year and it was a very big hit. We offer a cookie decorating kit that comes with 3 different kinds of colors of buttercream, a dozen cookies, and lots of sprinkle mixes that we hand mix here in the bakery. And I'm not quite sure the price of them yet, but they will be offered probably the week before Christmas. Usually that's when people love to sit down with their kiddos and do lots of fun cookie decorating.
And that's the best because the kit comes ready to go. So you don't have
ready
to worry about the
go,
baking.
And it's really, I love it when people send me pictures of what they do with their kids and they like it because it's all in one box and when it's done, it's done. And yeah, it's fun.
That's great. Thank you again for having me. This was so fun, so educational. And as my readers may know, I'm getting ready to launch 31 days of cookies in December. So I may be taking some of the techniques that I've learned here and putting that to work. Thanks so much for joining me for another episode of 5 Things Spread. I hope you've enjoyed this decadent look into Mrs. Card's cakes. And I will share all the information about her upcoming classes and cookie decorating boxes below. Be sure to subscribe to my channel and click the bell to get notified whenever I share new videos. Happy baking!
Thank you.
Thank you.